Hi, baby. Say hello. Welcome to Tabor Talk from Dakota here in the Catskills. You're on film, Dakota. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. So, what a nice day. Although it's a little bit chilly. It's like, I don't know, it's like 12:30, middle of the day. I got a couple layers on here. It was actually a little bit nicer yesterday, but still, I haven't been out doing videos, and I've been inside for 4.5 months. Long winter here in the Catskills. Hopefully, I'll be doing more videos here. So, getting right into this, I'm going to play a little clip here from Crystal and Sagar and Jetty. That guy is awesome, man. I really love that guy. He's a conservative, but he's so smart, really good. And by the way, he's moved a little more towards the center. He was on Lex Friedman's podcast a week ago. I was so impressed with him. 3-hour podcast. He's such a well-read guy. And he even said, I'm not going with that extreme right bullshit. They said I was disappointed that I didn't support Trump and all this, with stop the steal nonsense. And I really have to hand it to him. He's got values and morals, right? And what impressed me the most is how well-read he is. He reads all the time. He's really like a mini sort of historian. Nothing original, meaning historian, original research or anything like that. Just that he's a well-read guy. He reads everything. The Crystal and Sagar. Crystal's kind of annoying. What's her last name? I don't know. Crystal, the woman. She's a very nice person. Her voice is sort of grating to me. That's being a little mean. She's very good. And she does a program now with one of my guys, Kyle Kulinski. Okay, jumping around a bit. Listen, the headline, CNN loses nearly half of primetime audience without Trump. Like, duh, no kidding, right? All of the networks, everything has been hurt. And, Trump used to say, without me, they'd be dead. Like, but dude, are you fucking proud of that? We're watching because it's a freak show. You're an illiterate criminal douchebag. Of course, if there's a fire here, people are going to look. That's the human nature. You're like I would say to Trump, you're proud of that fucking thing? That you're a fucking freak? Of course. By the way, me personally, I used to watch all of the shows. David Pakman, I haven't watched Pakman since the election. Pakman, Kyle Kulinski, all of the political shows. Ring of Fire, and they're great shows, but hey, it's kind of boring now. Look, me, I was doing videos every day, even in the winter, sort of. Not so much, but of course. So let me just play a little of this clip, and then I'll talk for a second. Crystal and Sagar, watch. Come on.
The struggles of cable news in the post-Trump era are extremely real. This number is actually shocking. Let's throw this.
It is pretty incredible.
CNN has lost almost half of its primetime audience in the past 5 weeks. So basically from January, when you had the Capitol riots and you had impeachment and you had all of
she
this
gets on my
going
nerves a little bit. That's mean.
They still were riding high. Now in February, in primetime, they've lost half almost of their audience. MSNBC, right behind them, losing a quarter of their audience. Yep. Fox News between January and February hasn't changed all that much, but they saw their big drop off in November, so they shouldn't be left.
They're a bunch of fucking morons. So how many are they
going to?
The
Washington Post is actually writing about this as well. Big piece about not only cable news ratings, but also the traffic to major news websites, and they report on the problems at the Washington Post. So the Post between January and February, they've seen traffic decline also by a quarter.
Yeah, 26%.
26%.
A single month.
Fewer visitors. Yeah. From January to February,
let me just pause.
They also show...
That is disturbing. Like, what are we, a bunch of fucking morons that you just want to watch a freak show, Don't you want to read news? Listen, I grew up the 80s and 90s. I have a degree in journalism. We all read the New York Times. Well, really, New York Times, Wall Street Journal. That was my two papers, And I'd fuck around with the tabloids here in New York for fun. Sports. I'm a sports guy. Of course, Daily News, New York Post, first thing, Yankees, and, I'm a big, huge sports fan. Not so much today, although I like MMA a lot, whatever. I digress. Let me just continue on.
The way that Many of these news outlets and cable news have it was just a bonanza during the Trump era. So the New York Times, over the course of Trump's presidency, they went from having 3 million paid subscribers to 7.5 million paid subscribers.
That's
so Trump,
incredible.
As much as they love to decry him, as much as they love to hate him, he was amazing for their bottom line.
Totally.
Yeah, and he was. And actually, the New York
But let me
Times
just say
actually
something. Like, really, you want a world? Like, is it really? That's just disturbing. You could do a whole video on corporate America. The state of the media, it's a mess. I'll be doing more on that. But really, you'll sell your soul just to sell papers? Yeah, corporate America. It's disgusting. Got to see. You want to talk about, I really digress here, The Untold History of the United States by Oliver Stone. That came out a couple of years ago. By the way, I just bought the book, too. It's a big, fat book. Love Oliver Stone. Gets into that. Business, corporate America, how fucking evil. It really is bad. It really is. That's another video, but let me continue on.
17% of its traffic compared with January, and 16% over last February, which is a huge drop for all of them. This is an existential threat to a lot of their business models. And when you see them clamoring and trying to make something else into a national crisis or into ratings, you should wonder why. Whenever they try to latch on to Marjorie Taylor Greene and then spin this up into a whole thing, what are they doing? You think they care about Marjorie Taylor Greene? No, they don't care about Marjorie Taylor Greene. They care about ratings. And they're trying so desperately. Brian Stelter was like, Tucker Carlson is the new Trump or whatever. I'm like, dude, you want him to be the new Trump because Trump was the greatest thing that ever happened to you. And it's the same thing.
They're dying for anyone to be a new Trump.
That's really disgusting.
Oliver Darcy, the CNN media reporter, like literally being like declaring war.
Let me just say something about tragedy, like making a career, especially in journalism or whatever. I'm old enough, 9/11, right? Remember Aaron Brown? Like a horrible, horrible tragedy. It made people's careers. Aaron Brown is old and long retired, but remember him? Who was Aaron Brown? Actually, he had somewhat of a career in journalism. I don't know his background, but he became a big star after 9/11 because he was there and he covered it, and then he got his own show. So it's always been that way, dude, right? It's sad. It's just human nature. Fucking, we love fires and tragedy, yellow journalism, the history of, But if I were Trump, like, really, you're fucking proud of that because you're an illiterate criminal that, like, oh, all the businesses are falling apart. No kidding. How could you be proud of that? Well, he's just a criminal cocksucker anyway.
Watching their programming, Fox is reporting on CNN's programming. Like I said, best, Iran-Iraq war, I wish you all the best of luck. I hope you destroy each other, and it's better for the country. And it really just goes to show that this entire thing was a sham. All of this attack on the press, etc. Sure, the rhetoric was there, but he is the greatest thing that ever happened to them. And they knew it at the time, and they're screwed. They don't know what they're doing. The Huffington Post had to lay off all of these people. Yeah. People are cutting jobs. It's a dying industry.
I'll put the rest of this in the comment section. There's only like a few more minutes, but yeah, it's a problem. I mean, everyone's in trouble. I mean, things change, right? So who watches news? Like local news, that's been dead years. Cable news, all this, it's all internet. But things go. There'll be something else. There always is. There usually is. It's just everyone's caught, right? I mean, my area is journalism. I grew up with this shit. This is my area. And it's, over the 30 years, it's always changed. It's weird. So, there's always something new, right? The thing now is podcasting, and podcasting is like there are like 900,000 podcasts. It's like everyone has a podcast. It's too much, dude. It's too much. Who listens to this? Stop. All right. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding. Here on Tabor Talk, I'll be doing a lot more. 9 minutes and 20 seconds. All right.